Hold on. A hidden doorway. Where? I'm so glad I used my flashlight. Is there anything actually interesting in here? 2 rusty rifles are hanging above the piping. Look inoperable. Okay, someone has stuck some busted guns beneath the ceiling. So this is on purpose. It's not like something has collapsed. Well, what do we got over here? A hole in the wall. A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in. Where are we? Seems like an old bunker from the Revolutionary period. Look at all those rifles. He points up at the rifles under the ceiling. It must be an old weapons cache. Look, it's a hole in the wall. Try and lighten the compartment. There is, yes. There also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want to take a look? Yeah, okay, I do. Your hand reaches deep into the darkness and spider webs rummaging around. Find rusty rifles hidden away. Inspect the rifles. Most of them are rusty and inoperable like the rest, but one catches your eye. A bolt-action model of a fine wood stock, in better cosmetic order than the others. Take it! You're a police officer. Police officers carry guns. This one looks nice. An old Belma grave from the Revolution. The lieutenant notes with approval. His eyes are gleaming. Seems to no longer be functional, but still, a beautiful thing in its own way. Could the murder weapon we're looking for be similar? It's the same type of weapon, yes, a breech loader. An interesting coincidence that we should find. What does that mean? A rifle here. Means there are firearms, breech loaders, still lying around in Martinez. This could prove useful in our case against Ruby for Titus. Men are easily swayed by the sight of a rifle. He likes this find. Did I bring it with me? We fucking did! Look at that! Okay, well I don't know why it only sells for like $4. But we won't pay attention to that for now, and instead I'll interact with my bullet. Surely we'll have another chance since we... Yeah, you have a similar rifle on hand! I knew it! I knew that'd help! Okay. This is the most... I can't believe that this was hidden away, and it was just because I happened to shine a flashlight in the right direction that we found it. Oh, come on, it's 58%. Go fuck yourself. My dude's about to kill himself if we don't manage this. There you go! A rifle! Revolutionary period. Your bullet looks to be an old 4.46mm from the surplus left over from the turn of the century. Probably an antique or a retrofitted antique. Make? The 4.46 caliber was widely used with the Belmar Grave rifle. A Revacholian manufacturer. The BM dominated the battlefields of the Insul Indian theater of the Anticentennial Revolution 50 years ago. Incidentally, you have just such a rifle with you. That's the old thing you found in the basement below the commercial area. It's unusable, sadly. If it were, the bullet would probably fit the chamber. Is anyone still making these rifles? No, but Zeliger, a major firearm manufacturer, ended up with a surplus after the war. So there are still a lot of these old military rifles floating around. Usually broken. The quality was appalling. Who uses Belma Grave rifles these days? Antiques enthusiasts, guerrilla fighters in distant countries, a few lucky jamrod bangers. You're looking for the same thing you found in that hidden weapons cache, only in working order. Lieutenant jots something down in his notebook. What are you thinking? Bullet? I think I know where this came from. Okay, and? The shot probably came from a Belmar Grave rifle. An antique. That makes sense. There can't be many breech-loading rifles floating around in Martinez. Or anywhere in Revachol, really. Why not? Sure, there's some arms trafficking, but the laws prohibiting use of breech loaders we inherited from the monarchy have been effective, from what I've seen. Some new RCM recruits get impatient with their muzzle loaders once they've trained with military-grade weapons, but they realize it's worth it in the end. Prohibiting peacetime law enforcement to front-loaded rifles is a policy enforced by the Moralist International in all the nations of the Real Belt. Worth what? Getting shot? Well, I think we should have more powerful guns. Makes you consider every shot. I like it. I do like it. Imagine if everyone, cops, citizens, had access to firearms that could shoot multiple rounds without pausing to reload. After the first shot, the second, third, and so on, come much easier. But back to the investigation. Oh, I see, so they can only fire one shot at a time? Like pistols, like snipers in pistol form. Like old bolt-action snipers. That is kind of weird. Huh. Seems like we're looking for an antiques enthusiast. Doesn't seem that likely, but we'll check out all possible leads. Next up, finding the gun itself. Well, I'm very glad we managed to do that then. And all when inspecting something doesn't waste a horrific amount of time. Good for us. I'm amazed I didn't see it as I came by here the first time. Strange. I don't think I've ever been down here either. A cellar window. People's feet shuffling by on the street. I don't think that's true. There is absolutely no one there. If there is, then I better fucking pounce immediately. Here we go! Alright, well, I will see you guys back at the church, because I just remembered how fucking far away that is. Winter. Slow to let go of Rivershaw. Flecks some more wet snow from above. Snow falls around lazily, making the beach sand paler still, mixing with the rust-colored sewage runoff. It has been a cold year, all things waiting for spring. We'll have to wait a bit longer. What am I doing? Looking up at the sky, melted snow dripping from your hair. What do I see? The sky is full of great battleships. White clouds collide with one another, and the world is drenched with their debris. How does it feel? The melting snow seeps through your thin clothes. Grandmothers don't let their grandchildren outdress so lightly in this weather. You look around. What's in the west? More winding coastline lined with abandoned buildings. Crumbling piers, salt water lapping at their dark piles. Grey and red, forgotten city blocks. What remains of the pre-revolutionary effort to gentrify the coast. And beyond that, the waters turn black. Coal City in the shadow of St. Martin. A boom town, back when the coal extracted from the countless shafts of the city was needed to power Rivershaw. No more. The coal was supplanted by petroleum from the ocean floor, and hydropower from the Esperance. Everything crumbled. These days, only the weakest remain in Coal City. The hopes of getting rich linger in the defunct shafts under their feet. What is there? Below the old mines, l'Ossuaire Municipal, Rivershaw's underground cemetery. Les Petits Rats brave the underground passageways, trying to get to Le Royaume. Les Petits Rats. Children under 14. They go underground looking for artifacts to sell to foreign museums and for fabled relics. Their parents let them. They go deeper. Deeper. After rubies. Melchiorite. Lapis lazuli. Plundered from Safra and Seoul during the time of the suzerain. In the burial chambers of kings. Grand old Philippe, Guillaume II, and even the mausoleum of Philippe the Opulent. 2 kilometers underground in a winding shaft along whose walls mirrors have been placed so the daylight may eternally fall upon the richest of all the kings. The mausoleum contains untold quantities of gold, and that special, purest of the pure magenta cocaine, favored by Revacholian royalty. How can it be pure if it's magenta? How can it be pure if it's magenta? Snow falls and there is no answer. Some things are not for mortals to know. Few petite rats return from the shafts, and even fewer find what they're looking for. A small child steps out of a black tunnel, with silver trinkets in her pockets. All around her, white snow on the extinguished coke furnaces, and on the weather-worn shacks, where fathers beat their sons after drinking. The snow melts on your fingers, turning to water. The east, the canal you cross to get here, and beyond it, Martinez proper. The district the police forgot to police. There is laughter, lights, attempts at entrepreneurial activity, cynicism. Someone is scraping the snow off their windshield at the roundabout, in the midst of which a statue of Philippe III serves as a destination for grade school field trips and a fine perch for winter birds. That's all. Like all monuments, it's also a warning. 6-story ruins on the south side of the roundabout cast a long shadow over the profligate king. And further, a fenced-off yard. There's a truck belonging to the logistics company parked next to the gate. Bright light from a building behind the fence reflects off of its hood. Clean white light coming from the windows of a clean cube-shaped office building, hidden amidst the ruins. A secret. What's in the north? The abandoned church, its walls covered with hoarfrost now. One of the Les Sept Sœurs. The other 6 sisters were destroyed during the revolution. And further north, A serpentine strip of land weaving its way into the Martinez Inlet. Unfortunates on the run from the law, from themselves, sometimes hide out on nearby islets. Little dots in the ocean that are occasionally submerged when the tide is high and the weather foul. And on the islets, the remains of a camp on a jagged piece of rock. A tent, old dishes and cutlery, long since abandoned. A hermit crab scuttles among the debris, looking for a new shell. Further out, the lights burn bright on Resurrection. Way beyond Martinez, a popular spa destination for ample-bodied Zone kids, with equally ample pockets. And the other side of the inlet, then there's a Zone. But the snow falls too thick, and you cannot see that far. Before that, before the curtains are drawn, the Bay of Revachol. Vastness, great depth, over 1,200 meters at its deepest. Water, air, brinier than here. It is crisscrossed by huge cargo ships bearing company logos, wild pines, Zam, Morin. And at the farthest reaches of the Bay of Revachol, the shadow of Coalition warship Archer, on perpetual patrol duty, ready to unleash artillery fire if you were to rise up against the market. You shudder. It's in the south. The raised motorway 881, separating Martinez from Jamrock. Vehicles whoosh past one another, day and night, while those who reside in the labyrinthine alleyways beneath the motorway attempt to carry on with their lives in the snow and the slush. And south of the 881, the Pox. Once a park, a place for reflection and recuperation for the patients of the old military hospital. In the 1920s, it was used as a quarantine center during a measles outbreak that killed many children. Most everyone has avoided the hospital and surrounding park ever since. The Pox is completely wild now. Evergreen thickets covered in snow and industrial dust. Feral dogs and even wolves roaming in packs. The police try to keep the deepest corners cordoned off, but still. Heavy drug users do slip through and hole up in the old military hospital, hoping to find something to get high on among the hastily abandoned supplies, or just to overdose in peace. Further south, a line of motor garages, with armored carapaces, hunched in the cold. A mechanic is hard at work, patching up the bullet holes in the side of a Capri 40. These are the garages of the Precinct 41. Snow settles on the roof of your repurposed silk mill that serves as your station. Shivering RCM personnel hurry in and out of the main entrance. Around you, the snow continues to fall. To the west, the ocean swells. No, it was home. I want more. The stairs descend to central Jamrock. A man named Kuklov has a snow-covered stall there. In the market across the bridge, he sells kebab infested with fly larvae to your colleagues who believe eating it will make them immune to food poisoning. Snow falls on the utility district, the library, the florist, the Samarmirizian restaurant that offers homemade wine, and also on the brothels and drug dens and chop shops of the Zemlaiki. All of this built around a lake that formed in a meteorite strike. At the center of this lake, there is a little ship. There are lights at the bottom of its hull. They are lights directed towards the sea floor, looking for something. Like whiskers. For what? A chill overcomes you, crawling down your back. The sand under your feet is wet. Somewhere in the south, tarpaulin flap in the wind. What's above? Coalition aerostatics hang like apparitions under the cloud cover. Occasionally, lights flash as they maneuver through the falling snow. What's below me? Layer upon layer of sand, poisoned with industrial runoff. The storm drainage, hidden bunkers, rats scuttle. Tell me a secret of the sands. Wind. Someone stuffed a big old polar anorak into a concrete pipe under the boardwalk. It would keep you warm. You will probably never happen across it, but who knows? Stomp your feet for warmth, brushing off the snow. We should keep moving. Who knows when the snow will let up? I would like to point out that there is currently no snow. I guess maybe there would be snow if the date hadn't cleared up all the weather or whatever, but the date is, magical apparently and fucking saved us. But for now, we return to the church. Same address the lead programmer of Fortress Accident was looking for. Are you fucking surprised? I don't understand how he would have got the, password before we even met this bitch. I really don't. Strange. I don't know why it's acting like that. Must have been a way then. Let's go ahead and quick save. And let's talk to her.
Yes, what is it?
She doesn't look up from the keyboard. Well, about the offside copy that you asked me to... Can I ask about the hole anymore? No. About the offside copy you asked me to bring. Is this the filament you were looking for? No, that's the production schedule you stole and accessed without authorization. He's tapping the table in a badly concealed impatience. I don't need it. In his defense, it was simply lying in a desk drawer of an abandoned cubicle. Okay, but still. I brought you the filament. Thanks. He takes the filament, inspecting the metallic tape on its side. Looks like this is the one. What's gonna happen now? Now I'm going to print it out and see what's left of it. She's already inside the filament into the radio computer's core, ready to close the door. What are you even hoping to find? I have a theory, she says, as the filament clicks into place. Lintel was able to divine the location of the anomaly from this broken copy. I want to repeat that calculation, only this time with better equipment. Watch, she says, and presses print on the machine's keyboard. What an intricate display of failure. The paper starts filling out with ink, soaking it in a gleaming blackness. Not a single line of data stands out. It's the abyss staring back at you. Now what? Suna doesn't reply. Anne's running over the printout. She's looking for something. For her morning star. Eyes scouring the millimeters. Here, she suddenly says, rising her ink-stained fingertip. I found it. It's that white dot. In the same place I saw it before when I printed it out. She'll hate that. Where? Hold on. She's behind the keyboard now, typing in some numbers that only she understands. The terminal beeps, and the light inside starts pulsing like a glowing heart. Can I say nothing? Just give me a second. I'm almost... She clocks up her typing speed. Lieutenant leans closer to whisper, I've never witnessed a programmer work before. Done! Suna jumps up from the keyboard like a spring. I've got it! I found the location of the anomaly! There's joy in her voice as she bumps her fist into the air. You did it. You found the coordinates. I found the coordinates! She lets out a celebratory laugh. She's beaming. Can feel it in your heart. Oh my god, congratulations! Thank you! She yells back with a grin. So, where is it? Where's your 2mm hole in the world? There! She points at the other end of the church where a group of water bowls forms a ritualistic arc. In the swallow. Think you can help me again? She tilts her head, eyes sparkling. Sure. I need you to go and move those water bowls for me. I need to double check my calculations. What an interesting proposition. Truly a task for intellectuals, solving the puzzle of the water bowls. Right, I'll go figure it out. I'm good at intellectual puzzles. Figure it out? No, I don't need you to figure anything out. I've got a computer for that. She pats the mainframe. Just walk over to the circle and follow my instructions. Move the third bowl 12 centimeters to the left and the fourth bowl 5 centimeters to the right. This should do the trick. What? She only wants you to follow instructions. Nothing intellectually stimulating about in this task. Child could do it. Sure, no problem. Thanks, she smiles. Well, I really hope there's no way to accidentally fuck this up. What's the third bowl and what's the fourth bowl? One, I guess we have to follow the... It's awfully silent again, as if someone turned off the entire world outside those walls. Water inside the bowls stands still. Measurements have been marked down around the bowls, each chalk line representing a centimeter on the floor. Move the third bowl from the left 2 centimeters away. It moves like a ghost without creating a single trace of sound. This task is an insult to your mental skill. Shut up, logic. Move the fourth bowl on the left 5 centimeters to the right. Some water spills out of the bowl, wetting the floor. Lead programmer sends you an encouraging thumbs up from across the hall. I do apologize if my voice is a little not as enthusiastic as it normally is. It has been through most of the series, to be honest. It's just been cold kind of times. Maybe a little, I don't know, I'm a little ill. But it's fine, we'll get through it.
Yes, what is it?
I have moved the bowls. It was mind-numbingly easy. What's next? Great, everything should be aligned now. She stops, biting into her chapped lip. Miss Know-It-All is hesitating. What's wrong? Yeah, she snaps out of the lull. Nothing. Now the only thing left to do is unmute the headphones. If we've got the location right, then we should be able to hear whatever sound this anomaly makes. Wait, why did you have your headphones on mute in the first place? Honestly? She said she's avoiding your gaze. Honestly, I'm a little scared. Isn't it just going to be silence and nothing else? I don't know. She stares at the heart of the computer. That's what I'm scared of. I don't know. It could be anything. I mean, what sound does the nothing make? How can you even listen to something that doesn't exist? He turns to face you. The mainframe throwing shadows on her chin. What if silence is only what surrounds it? The swallow itself is... She grows silent, her face pale in the cold light of electricity. What? I don't know. I'm just scared. Maybe it's going to be something terrifying. Maybe it's going to tear the world apart. Like that evil ink that filled the printout, erasing coherence and meaning. You're overthinking this. Maybe. 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 She rubs her face. Maybe I'm just tired. Let's think about this logically. Why would nothing be terrifying if it's... well, nothing? Maybe nothing is the most terrifying thing that possibly could be. The lack of... thing. Why assume that something that has no presence, existence, or qualities has to be terrifying? Because it reminds us of death. And we humans tend to think that death is pretty scary. It's scary, but we have to face it. Yeah. You're right. Let's do it. She puts on her oversized headphones, ready to press unmute on the keyboard. The lieutenant takes a step back, and then nothing. Nothing happens as Suna, Lucan, and Kilda presses unmute on the keyboard. Nothing but silence. Say nothing. She doesn't talk. Her eyes closed and brows knitted together in a state of deep focus. One hand cupping the headphone. Well, damn it. She lets out a loud sigh before tearing off the headphones. She's still avoiding your gaze. Well, at least the world seems to... No, fuck it. Come on, did you hear anything? No, of course not. She says, clearly disappointed. Nothing happened. Let's move on. Despite her fear, she was hoping for something extraordinary to take place. What do you mean nothing happened? Did you find the swallow? No. She rests her face on her hands, massaging the forehead. No, my hypothesis was wrong. According to this, I should have heard something if I got the coordinates right. Like I said, silence is only what surrounds it. But this, maybe it's just inaudible to the human ear. She raises her head, staring at all the machines that litter the church, cables coiling up on the floor like pests. This is just another failure. Silence sounds like silence. That's all it is. You can try the headphones on, see if you can hear anything, but don't get your hopes up. Silence is silence. You're sure there's more to it? This can't be it. Should have a listen. Helping Egghead with his jam? Oh, for fuck's sake. You know what? I have to know what this is. I don't care if I hear nothing. I am perceiving this, I swear to fuck. Hey! Okay. Everything disappears. You are draped in silence, like a drowning man staring into his puny little headspace. And then the pressure changes. What does it mean? Feels like flying on aerostatic, or when your ears pop, or like a subtle difference in the atmosphere, a weather change hanging in the air. Maybe like the pale. What if the sound you're looking for is too low for you to hear it? Sooner. What if we just need a better sound system? A better sound system? Alright, but where would we get one? Suddenly a rhythmic beat permeates the walls, causing a small patch of decorative stucco crumble onto the wooden causing a small patch of decorative stucco to crumble onto the wooden floor. "I should really allocate some renovation funds to this place," murmurs the lieutenant, inspecting the damage done to the arabesques. "No, what they really should be doing is to shut down the disco men for disturbing the neighborhood peace." "Yes, but they could help with the speakers." "You mean the speed freaks?" She closes her eyes as more dance music invades the holy silence of the sanctuary. "Of course, the speed freaks. They have a fantastic sound system. And do you think they would help me?" "They would, if you wouldn't mind them moving in with you." "I guess I could live through a week or two of peaceful coexistence." Brilliant negotiating there, detective, as always. Great, I'll go talk to him. "Sure, let me know how it goes." She lingers for a moment before adding, "Thanks, officer." This is incredible. This game has so many threads, so many secrets. A game about solving a single hanging has ended up with us finding a hole in the fabric of reality. This is insane. This is insane. Okay, well, you're kind of close by, aren't you, speed freaks? Oh, speed freaks, there you are, okay. Now I'm gonna make our way inside again. I'm gonna save. I wish I could help, Eggman with his beat, but oh god, I forgot to look for that fucking tape that's supposed to be hanging somewhere around the trees in the Mosaic Plaza.
Huh,
Sorry, buddy. I'm not you, arsehole. I hate you.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
I wanted to talk about the church again. Good news! I managed to convince Suna. She's okay with you guys moving in, but on one condition. She needs your speakers for her project. Oh fuck, I forgot to do it. Hold on. Okay. Good news! Blah 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 blah. Speed Freak smiles, happier than he's ever been before. "We're grateful, Cop Man. You're an augury of a new era, a no-dick dance music. You're gonna have to share a space for a couple of weeks until she gets her research finished." "That's fine. We can manage." He grins, excited. "And you're still sure about keeping our little side business, right?" "Oh, you mean the illegal drug lab?" "No, I haven't. There will be no shady shenanigans in the church. Only love and a no-dick dance music." "Fine." He seems disappointed. "We can make do. It's gonna take us a bit to move our stuff inside. Couple hours, maybe. Come check back later." Andre waves to the other speed freaks. "Let's get moving." Does that mean the music has finally fucking stopped? Because oh my god, it's annoying. Wow. The church is... I mean, the tent is actually gone. And so is Excel, or whatever her name is. Microsoft Excel. Right? She has, I think. Where the fuck? Okay, whatever. We're gonna have to deal with that later. For now, welcome to the church, everybody. I don't know what's gonna happen here, but I'm just so nervous to see what the hole in the world is. Where's Noid? Also, surely isn't the bass gonna do something with the bowls? Who are you? Oh, it's Estelle. She's whistling a melody. Her trusty contact mic attached to a wooden pulpit. At the sound of your footsteps, she stops what she was doing and turns to you.
I've been recording some new audio from all these beams and rafters. The sounds travelling through the wood are pretty cool. Creaks and stuff. Like you're underwater, you know? But like underwater inside a tree.
They are extremely high again. Good to know. And yes, I'm being a little more like Contact Mike, alright? Don't even bring it up. I wasn't going to... She cuts you off before you could actually finish the sentence. No, I actually wanted to thank you for getting me and my friends in here, and we even found some new associates, such as they are. How's everyone doing? Good, I think. Noid is getting a read on the place. I think he finds the carpentry very impressive. Andre's been setting up... Did I just say carpentry? Carpentry, for fuck's sake. Andre's been setting up the compressor and dancing. Egghead's keeping the party up. He's got the stage under control. Suna, the programmer, she's doing whatever she does behind that radio computer of hers. She doesn't talk to us much. And the crabman hasn't shown himself, thank God. Well... Now, can you tell me about your associates? Hey! Sure, you helped us out. I can repay the favor. What do you want to know?